Today, we're talking about one of the best-selling laptops on Amazon.com, the Acer Aspire 5, and why I think it's one of the best laptops for nursing students and also college students or students of any kind. Let's get into it. Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Adrian Reddix, and today we're talking about the Acer Aspire 5 and why it's the best laptop for nursing students and any student that really needs a laptop. My wife just got accepted to nursing school, and she needed a computer that could run a special software that they had. So I was like, okay, we have an iPad. Hey, go with the iPad. But the software that they're using, you can't use on an iPad. It has to be installed on a laptop. So she gave me the specs, and I was like, okay, well, let's see what we can come up with. And I searched and searched and searched. It just pops out to you. And this is one of the best-selling laptops on Amazon. Let's talk about specs. It has a 15.6 full HD IPS screen. It's a very nice, bright screen. The color reproduction and the color accuracy is pretty spot on to be a under $400 computer. It has an AMD Ryzen 3 3350U. It is a processor that is a mobile processor. It also has integrated graphics, so that's the graphics card or the graphics package that it uses. It's a quad core processor also. It comes with 4 gigabytes of RAM, but like every other laptop, if you have the money, you can upgrade the RAM. 128 gigabytes of NVMe memory, so that's SSD memory, so it's a very fast memory. You don't have the old school 2.5 hard drive, the spinning disk, which, you know, anytime something moves, that means it creates heat. You put energy into moving the platters instead of energy into things you need, like productivity. So that's why SSDs are faster and better than regular hard drives. It has Wi-Fi 6 in it, so it's gonna be real fast. It's gonna have really strong, great connection. And Wi-Fi 6 ensures that you have the fastest, best speeds when it comes to Wi-Fi. It has 2 3.0 Type A USB slots. It has one 2.0 Type A USB slot. It has a Type C slot. It has HDMI. It has an Ethernet port, which is getting rarer and rarer in laptops these days. So it gives you the flexibility of going to either Wi-Fi or you can hook up to a hard connection. It also has a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack. And with this computer, it gives you the flexibility, because some computers nowadays, they sacrifice ports and things like that for the sake of thinness. And I think that's a mistake, especially when you're trying to appeal to a wider audience, because I may use some of the ports for one thing, or I may have a situation where I need a HDMI out so I can give a presentation because something happened with the regular presentation system. I may have to hook up something like a hard drive, or I have a thumb drive that's not Type C. So it gives you the flexibility with all these options. Having a diverse IO ports or the ports around it, makes this a really, really great value. Let's talk about build quality. Build quality, the top shell is made out of aluminum and the flex is okay. The bottom, the deck where the keyboard is, it has a backlit keyboard, by the way, for all those late night sessions. Now the deck's flex on here is, you know, it's not great. It's gonna be honest with you. It flexes way too much for my liking. But it's not flexing so much that it's a detriment, like you feel like it's gonna break. The bottom is plastic and the hinges feel okay. They're not loosey, they're not overly stiff either. They feel fine. The trackpad is average. It's not the best feeling trackpad, but it's a very okay. It's very responsive, it's accurate, and that's really good, and that's what you really need when you're going to school, right? The keys themselves are not too mushy. Everything about the build is just average. It's nothing high quality, and it's nothing that's like bottom of the barrel either. It's just a very average build quality. And for under $400, I mean, it's a really good deal. The bezels are very, very thin. The side bezels are really good, actually. The face, the forehead, and the chin itself, you know, they're not as thick as they could be because I have the same model that I use for other things, my personal one. And the bezels are a lot thicker and it takes up more real estate. My older one is still a 15.6-inch screen, but it's a lot thicker. And the only thing I don't like about the build quality is going to be the 10 key. The 10 key is very thin. If you're used to having a 10 key, it's weird. I don't know why they thought this was a great idea. I would have rather have a wide, if you're going to add a 10 key, add a proper 10 key. I'd rather have a wider laptop with a proper 10 key than this. It's almost not even worth having, honestly. I would rather either have a wider laptop with a proper 10 key or eliminate 10 key and give me bigger, more spaced out keys. As far as benchmarks, what I usually do is run all your basic benchmarks like 3D Mark, and I like Rise of the Tomb Raider and Steep and Dirt Rally and a couple other things, but this isn't going to be a gaming rig. So the testing I did was real world tested. Battery life. The battery life is okay. If you look at Amazon, it says up to 10 hours. So when they say up to 10 hours, they leave out a lot of stuff sometimes. Like, what are you doing for that 10 hours? Is there volume involved? Is there video playing? So me watching Netflix for the day, I was able to get about 8 hours out of it. So that's watching Netflix with the sound about 75%. So 8 hours is really, really good, especially if you're going to school. That means you can charge the laptop, take it with you, do whatever you need to do, and possibly come home and not have it affect you. Always take your charger with you just in case you need to top off. But me watching Netflix for 8 hours, it stood no problem. I was able to do all basic tasks as far as word processing, presentations, things like that. I was able to do some very, very light video editing. I used DaVinci Resolve. I didn't do any of the crazy things I usually do on these videos as far as transitions and things like that. But if you need to cut up a very simple video, maybe 5-minute video, it can handle that. As far as photo editing, it can handle very light photo editing. Graphic design or motion graphics, not gonna be able to do it. Different high intensive things like CAD and things like that, it's not gonna be able to do it. But that's not what this is designed to do. It's designed to be the everyday computer for a wide spectrum of people. But if you're a college student that needs a very heavy editing rig or a very heavy graphics-based intensive workload, this is not the computer for you. So when you get this computer, it comes in S mode. And what S mode is, it's Windows Secure Mode is what I'm gonna call it. That's not what they officially call it, but that's what I call it. And that means you can't independently download things from the internet, right? So if you want to download something, install it, you'll get hit with this message like, oh, you're in S mode. And what S mode does, you can only get apps from the Windows Store, but it's easy to turn that off. Whenever you come into it and you download something, it's going to prompt you and say, hey, do you want to switch S mode off? You click yes, you're done. So that's why I can download my wife's nursing program so she can install it on the computer. So if you need to install anything that's not in the Windows Store, you have to turn S mode off. It's not a huge deal, but that's something you got to do. I'm not a fan of S mode because I don't like to be restricted. So being an all-around really good laptop, it's everything for a lot of people. It does things very well. The build quality is very average, but for what you get for under $400, it is definitely the best laptop you can get for its price. There's no question about that. It has things for a wide array of people. It has the I/O ports around it that it can do whatever you need it to do. It has enough specs on it that it's not gonna bottleneck you. You have that fast NVMe. Only thing I would caution you is I would have some type of external hard drive, just so you can get a little more memory out of it. You know, it could be like a terabyte drive. I'll have a terabyte drive in the affiliate links below. So I would definitely get some type of external memory. What type of productivity tech do you use in your day-to-day life or school life? Is it a laptop? Is it a tablet? Is it a phone? Let me know in the comments below. That's it. Thanks for joining me. If you like this type of video, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't like this type of video, give me a thumbs down. Tell me why you didn't like this type of video. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Have a good one.